following broadcast is a production made by students of Hilo High School, K-Bikes TV.
Aloha and welcome to the Inside Scoops Hilo High School Edition. I'm Angel Himoya, the Student Association First Vice President, and I'll be your host for today's event. First of all, to the new students who are watching this live event, I would like to welcome you to the Viking Ohana. In this virtual orientation, we are going to share information about Hilo High School and what makes it so special. So first off, I'd like to talk about the State of Hawaii Department of Education's guiding principles, which are the Naho Pena A'o, or HA. HA encompasses many values which will help us grow and find success. We will strengthen our sense of responsibility, excellence, aloha, total well-being, Hawaii, and most especially, belonging. We currently live in uncertain times, which is why strengthening the sense of belonging has never been more important. Hilo High School believes in creating an inclusive environment that harnesses every potential of students. This orientation will include various people to talk about the different opportunities to succeed as a student at Hilo High School. Without further ado, who better to talk about educational structure of Hilo High, none other than our principal, Mrs. Jasmine Urasaki.
Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome students and families. It has been an interesting start to this school year. I think you can all agree with me on that one, and hope that everyone is adjusting fairly well to virtual education. Thank you all very much for your patience as we adjust as well. Here at Hilo High School, along with the Hawaii Department of Education, fosters a promise plan. In summary, our students are educated in an equitable, culturally grounded environment where they have a voice and can thrive. They will develop skills to be tech literate and successful problem solvers. We really strive to guide our students in the direction of their interests, give them the skills that they need to be successful in the next phase of their lives. We want to instill that loyalty and honor that Hilo High is so known for, and also value our Viking pride. So at any time, always feel free and don't hesitate to reach out to us. Should you have any questions or concerns, we are here of service for you. I was also asked to talk a little bit about our bell schedule. We have our virtual bell schedule, which is posted on our webpage as well, but we have our Monday and Wednesday schedule. That is the same. We have our even periods, periods 2, periods 4, periods 6. So Monday and Wednesday, even periods, 2, 4, 6, same schedule, start time, end time. Then on Tuesday, Thursday, same schedule again, but we have our odd period classes, 1, 3, 5, and 7. So Monday, Wednesday, even classes, Tuesday, Thursday, odd classes, and they have the same times for the even periods and same time for the odd periods. Now, Friday gets a little bit tricky because Friday we alternate between an even day class and an odd day class. So we have to check your calendars and check our websites to see if it's an even or an odd. We do have a calendar that is there, and it's defined there right below of what Friday is even and what Friday is odd. Now, on Fridays, our schedule is shorter. So we do finish earlier than a regular odd period day or even period day. So be sure to check on that. Should we return to our hybrid model where we do have the face-to-face and virtual Fridays, whenever we return to something like that, we will have another bell schedule, so you can see what that will look like when the time comes. We don't want to confuse you any more than what we probably already have. So with that, I want to say have a fantastic year, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Urosaki. Next, Vice Principal Mr. Jason Trimble, who is also the administrator who oversees the freshman students, will be talking about health and safety at Hilo High School. The floor is yours, Mr. Trimble.
Thank you, and welcome, Vikings, to a new school year. So I'm going to talk a little bit about health and safety at Hilo High School and what we're doing to keep your child safe when we do return to in-person instruction. So even though we've been doing distance learning this quarter and we will continue for the rest of quarter one, when we do welcome kids back to campus, we are prepared. We had a 2-week delay of school that allowed us to train all of our staff in terms of proper protocols and procedures for our new normal. And I'm going to share with you some of the things that we're doing here at Hilo High just to ensure that the campus is ready for students to return as soon as that is feasible. One second, let me share my screen. All right. So for health and safety at Hilo High School, the custodians are tasked with sanitizing high-touch surfaces throughout the day, and they are submitting a report to me daily of all the areas that they sanitize, but it includes all the high-touch surfaces that you see anyone anywhere sanitizing, including door handles, desks, chairs, tables, anything that a student would touch on an average day. Hand washing and hand sanitizing stations are available for student use throughout campus. And if you see, we do have these Hilo High Vikings hand sanitizers. We have about 30 of them throughout the campus. And then we've also purchased new for this year hand washing stations that are just quick pop-up hand washing stations. And we do have 4 of these throughout campus as well. We have prepped our teachers as well with personal protective equipment or PPE and hand sanitizer that's distributed to each teacher. And we do have adequate refills available for when teachers need to refill. Now, while we are doing distance learning for our general education students, we have been working with some of our special populations and special programs in the past few weeks, and we've been refining this practice. Overall, we are ready to accept students back. We're just waiting for the climate and everything to change, and we hope to see that soon, quarter 2. Either way, it seems like we're going to be ready to teach your child at Hilo High School. I've been popping into distance learning classrooms routinely over the past few days, and I am very proud of the hard work that our teachers here are doing at Hilo High to ensure that even during these trying times, your child is receiving an education. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on, and thank you very much, Vikings. Also, feel free to email me or send me any questions at all. I will share my screen once more just so that you can get that information. But it is right here. You have my office number. This is my school cell phone number. Use it anytime, as well as my email. Also, if you'd like to have any more information about health and safety at Hilo High, we do have it detailed in our school reopening plan, which you can find either on that link or through our website. It is being continuously updated as that new normal has changed a lot since we wrote the plan in July. So thank you again, Vikings. And without further ado, I will go ahead and pass it on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Trimble. At Hilo High, our student association selects an annual school theme. The school theme is meant to channel our core values and set the tone for the overall school year. We will have Chanel Huang, the Student Association's second vice president, to talk about this year's theme. I pass the spotlight to you, Chanel.
Hello, my name is Chanel Huang, and I am currently a senior and serving as Student Association's second vice president. Every year, Student Association sets a meaningful theme for the school year to inspire students and faculty. We thought long and hard this year and poured our efforts into coming up with the perfect phrase that encapsulates our values. We're thrilled to introduce our 2020 to 2021 theme, Viking Strong Together, Loyalty and Honor Forever. We are stronger together, and when we're all united as Vikings, there's nothing we cannot face. We wanted to focus on our strength and unity, especially during this pandemic, while still commemorating our Viking pride. The last part, loyalty and honor forever, directly refers to our alma mater, which goes, loyalty and honor forever shall forever be thine. This showcases who we strive to be today and also the legacy we want to leave behind for those in the future. To always be honest and a person of integrity who makes a difference in their school, community, and lives of others. Loyalty and honor will forever be a part of us, and we are excited to see what we can accomplish when we stand together as one Viking family. Thank you.
Thank you, Chanel. Indeed, we are all excited to see what we can accomplish as we look past the effects of these unsettling times. Next, we have the Student Association President, Cami Oyama.
Good evening. My name is Cami Oyama, and I'm currently a senior, and I'm serving as Student Association President for the upcoming school year. We are now going to take you on a virtual tour of Hilo High School to get you familiar with our campus and what it has to offer our students. There are many amazing stories about Hilo High School, several of which will be told throughout the virtual tour. One interesting thing about our school is that many years ago, students belonged to different areas around our school called corners. Most students would hang out in a corner depending on where they came from. For example, if you lived in Waikea, you would hang out in the Waikea corner. And if you lived in Keaukaha, you would talk to your friends at Keaukaha corner. In the past few years, we still have the corners tradition, but now students pick their place to hang out depending on what activities they participate in. For example, there is the soccer corner, football corner, and many more areas around school to choose from. Speaking of which, let's go on our tour now so we can see our campus.
Aloha and welcome to Hilo High School, home of the mighty Vikings. It is a pleasure to have you joining us on this tour. My name is Chanel Huang, and I'm a senior in the class of 2021, and I serve you as your Student Association Second Vice President.
And my name is Maya Oishi, class of 2022 junior, and I serve as your Student Association Recording Secretary.
Before we begin our journey, let me give you a little background on this beloved school. In the late 1800s, students on the Big Island who wanted to pursue a high school level education were required to travel to the island of Oahu. The principal of Hilo Union School, Miss Josephine Deo, was concerned for the well-being of these students and wanted each one to have the opportunity to continue their education while remaining on the Big Island.
In response, the Hilo Junior High School was established in 1905, allowing students to continue on through the 9th grade. Hilo High School, with grades 10 through 12, was established in 1906. Our school is not only rich in history, but continues to grow through its legacy by cultivating a sense of place and belonging for its students, their families, faculty, staff, and the community. Here is Office Assistant Tiffany Hoota to kick off our tour.
Our first stop on this tour is the school office. It is located at the entrance of the school. Here you will find the registrar, Mrs. Mitsuda, our 3 vice principals, Ms. Williams, Mr. Trimble, and Mrs. Pana, and our principal, Mrs. Urasaki. You will also be delighted to see our lovely office staff. And now, here is our principal, Mrs. Urasaki, with a few words.
Aloha, class of 2024. Welcome to Hilo High School. I am Mrs. Urasaki, your principal. I wish you all a great start of your high school career. Although we are living in uncertain times, make the best of every opportunity that comes your way. Please understand that we have high expectations of not only academics, but character as well. For academics, that means you need to study hard over and beyond what you're used to. Be that self-directed learner and learn everything you can. That will make you a more powerful person and open doors and possibilities you never expected. For character, this means that you be respectful, responsible, and safe. Follow all school rules, especially our social distancing protocols. We need to be sure that you, along with others, are safe. We need everyone to be safe. Always be helpful, humble, and kind and be the best person that you can be. Again, welcome to Hilo High as our newest Vikings. Make us proud. Have a fabulous year. Remember, once a Viking, always a Viking.
Thank you, Mrs. Urasaki and Tiffany. Our next stop on the tour is A Building. Here to tell you more about it is Mrs. Christine Arbles.
This is A Building. It was originally constructed in 1922 and it was the first building. It used to be called the Mackay Building and housed the entire high school here. The principal's office used to be located on the bottom floor, which is now where our counselors and our health room are located. Also, we have our student association office, Viking store, and Avid classes here. Most of you will have math class here because this is where most of our math classes are located.
Thank you, Mrs. Arbles. We will now go on to Mr. Tom Goya, Hilo High School class of 1961 alumnus. He will be giving us a brief history of B Building.
The next stop on our tour is Building B, which is also known as the Auditorium Building. This is the cornerstone that was placed here to commemorate its construction in 1927, only a year after the alma mater was written. The alumni classes from 1909 to 1926 helped fund the construction of this building. The architect who designed Building B was Frank Awakawa, who was in the first graduating class of Hilo High School in 1909. He later attended Stanford University and the University of Chicago and served his country as a military officer during World War I. The blue and gold welcome sign above the entrance to the auditorium is also historically significant. Building contractor S.K. Oda crafted this sign for the 1927 dedication of the building. The sign was kept in storage by his son, architect Russell Oda. It was restored more than 90 years later in 2018 and rededicated and placed over the doorway to welcome new Vikings, visitors, and also returning alumni. Currently, Building B is the home of the Performing Arts Learning Center and many of the Social Studies Department classrooms.
Thank you, Mr. Goya. Mrs. Charlene Masuhara, Student Activities Coordinator, will now share the history of C Building, R Building, and the O Gym.
In 1977, the original Malka building burnt down. The community quickly responded by beginning construction of a new building within the next year. Norman Mizuguchi, originally from Pepikeo and a Hilo High alumnus, was a senator at that time and helped to get the legislature to fund this project. And within 3 years, C Building was constructed in 1980. Presently, C Building is the home of our science and English classes. In this area, we have our old gym and our building. Our old gym was built in 1937. Below it is our weight room. Although it is very old, we still use it for our PE classes. Our building was built in 1970. In our building, you will find our Japanese and Spanish language classes, along with some upper grade level English classes.
Thank you, Mrs. Masuhara, for the history of these buildings. Here's Miss Kelly Frias, College and Career Counselor, to introduce the Student Learning Resource Center.
This building was built in 1963. Originally, it was a small library and a multi-purpose room used for meetings, and over the years, it was renovated and refurbished. This space and its many resources are used by students as a place to study and work on projects. This area is also the home of our own Hilo High Student Credit Union, sponsored by the Hawaii Community FCU. You can open your own account here and deposit and withdraw money. In addition, it serves as the College and Career Center, as well as the Testing Center.
Located here upon the hills is T Building, where the JROTC program and classes are held. Here is Sky and Ariana to tell you more about the program.
Hi, my name is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Sky Domingo, the battalion commander and student leader for the Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps, also known as JROTC. JROTC plays an important role on campus by building our students into confident and motivated individuals. JROTC is a place to learn about who you are and how you can actively use that information in your everyday life. The lessons we cover in class truly teach you more about yourself. You will learn about your strengths, weaknesses, and leadership qualities, as well as important life skills. Through these lessons, students develop many different skills. Overall, our students feel stronger and more confident in their newfound abilities.
Hi, I'm Cadet Major Ariana Wilson, and I'm the Executive Officer for the Viking Battalion. JRTC offers many hands-on experiences as well. Special teams are a handful of different teams where cadets train, compete, and build memory, and they are all open to cadets to participate in. Among the list of special teams that we offer are Raiders, where cadets will participate in physical competitions, Color Guard, where cadets will present the flags at events such as football games, and Drill, where cadets compete in a marching and facing movement-based competition. Being a cadet, you will also have the opportunity to participate in community parades and our service learning project, where we do something to benefit both the community and our learning. By participating in events like these, cadets can earn many different types of awards that they get to display on their uniforms.
This is just a glimpse of the opportunities that JROTC provides. It's a fun and active program that builds and prepares you for life. Thank you, and I hope to see all of our new cadets in class soon.
Our athletic director is located upstairs in the new gym, along with our athletic trainers. Mr. Kurt Kawachi, a Hilo High School alumnus and former athletic director, will now share a few words.
Aloha, my name is Kurt Kawachi and I'm a proud graduate of Hilo High School, class of 1990. I not only played sports here, but I was also the girls basketball coach for several years, and I'm also the former athletic director here at Hilo High. I have a lot of fond memories of athletics here at HHS, and I wish all of you great success when you arrive. Let's go take a look at the new gym. The new gymnasium opened its doors in 2014, and our very first event here was a girls basketball game played in December of 2014, and our Lady Vikings prevailed over Kealakea High School. The gym seats 1,050 people, and this will be your gathering place for many sporting events, lots, homecoming, and May Day activities throughout your 4 years here at Hilo High. Thank you all for allowing me to welcome you to Hilo High School, and go Vikes!
Thank you, Mr. Kawachi, and thank you for joining us on this virtual tour of Hilo High School.
Hilo High School is your home. Please know that you are part of our Viking family. Do your best to represent and always do your best in your schoolwork. And if you play sports or belong to a club, you need to be proud of the blue and gold that you proudly wear. Our theme this school year is Viking Strong. Together, honor and loyalty forever.
Welcome to Hilo High, home of the mighty Vikings, and remember,
once a Viking, always a Viking.
I hope you enjoyed our virtual tour and learned a little bit more about our school. I can't wait for you to come back to campus so I can take you on a real-life tour.
Thank you for taking us on that little adventure, Cami. And I do hope I can get back on campus as soon as it's safe. Next, we have Mrs. Kelly Frias to discuss academic successes in Hilo High School.
Good afternoon, Vikings. My name is Kelly Frias, and I'm the College and Career Counselor at Hilo High School. First, I want to go through the counseling department list and the alphabetical assignments involved. If your last names begin with the letters A through F, your counselor is Mrs. Tillery. If your last names begin with the letters G through K, your counselor is Miss Jessica Yamaguchi. If your last name begins with the letters L through P, your counselor is Mrs. Agnes Yamauchi. And if your last name begins with the letters Q through Z, then your counselor is Mr. Nilton Oyama. I'm super lucky because I get to be the college and career counselor at Hilo High School, and I don't have to just work with one alphabet of students. I get to work with all of you. So I hope to be able to get to meet and get to know you a little bit more over the years. One of the main things that your counselor will be there to support you on is your academic success. Hi, am I back? Okay. One of the things that your counselor is here to work with you on is academic success. So some tips we might have for you today are to always be prepared for class, no matter if it's being prepared, like having your backpack and physically walking from class to class, like we hope we get to do soon, or being prepared for virtual classes. Be prepared for class is number one. We cannot be successful in class if we're not prepared. Number two, use your planner. Even now, while we're on virtual education, maybe even more so now while we're on virtual education. I'm sure you are getting tons of email messages, tons of notifications from your Google Classroom, from your Blackboard, whatever your teachers are using. And it can be hard to keep track of deadlines and things like that. So use your planner. Let it help you to keep you organized. Next thing would be always ask questions. Be sure that you are talking to your teachers as soon as the thought arises in your mind. As soon as you have a question or you're unsure of something, ask. Because if you have a question in your mind, I'm sure your classmates also have the same question. I read a quote once that I like to use is don't leave for tomorrow what you could do today. So when we look at that in the standpoint of school, Mrs. Arasaki went over the bell schedule. We have even, odd, even, odd. So technically we have a whole day in between when you see that same class again. Human nature sometimes gets the best of us, and I might get an assignment for my even days and think to myself, I don't have to do it today because I'm not going to see them again till Wednesday. But if I do what I am assigned the day I am assigned it, then I should always know that I am prepared for the next class period that I attend and that things won't start piling up on me. So do today what you can, don't leave it for tomorrow. Because tomorrow something new is going to be assigned, and that's when stress might start happening. Another thing I wanted to mention, so some of you might be experiencing some connectivity issues right now while we're on virtual learning. We wanted to let you know that we do have a learning hub on campus right now that students can come and safely sit 6 feet apart, probably more than 6 feet apart, wearing their masks. Bring your school Chromebook. If you checked one out, bring it with you and you can sit and log in to each of your classes, but on campus so that you know your connectivity won't shut you out throughout the day. So please keep that in mind. If you ever feel like you're having trouble working from home, that is definitely an option for anyone. I also just wanted to mention, we're working right now on setting up virtual tutoring available to everyone. It's not quite ready to go yet, but it's coming. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. Another thing we wanted to talk to you about is start thinking about what your plans are for the future. It's never too early to start thinking and planning about that. Maybe you've had different ideas over the years about what type of career you see yourself in. Do a little bit of research. Find out what kind of college degree you might need to seek out that career. But start thinking about it. And if you ever want to talk stories, bounce ideas off somebody, give me a call, send me an email. We can always set up something. Another thing that your counselors are here for is to assist with your social and emotional well-being. So if you ever find yourself feeling stressed or just needing to talk to somebody outside of your Ohana bubble right now, we do have a counselor request form that is available on the counseling page of the Hilo High School website. So if you can fill out that form, leaving us your best contact information, then your counselor will get back to you, or me, whoever you request, will get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll set up some time to talk. Yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is later on this afternoon, you're going to hear from lots of different people talking about activities and ways that you can get involved. I highly encourage you to get involved in stuff at Hilo High School. It's one thing to be a great student, to come to school every day, to do your classes and focus on your academics. But time and time again, we hear from upperclassmen who maybe waited to get involved. They didn't start getting involved in clubs or sports or student government or anything in their 9th and 10th grade years. And they regretted it. High school meant so much more to them all of a sudden once they became a little bit more involved. So that would be my last thought to you. So thank you so much for being here tonight. We wish you a great school year, and myself and the counselors hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you, Mrs. Frias, for providing some tips to become a successful student in Hilo High School. Next, we have a message from the Student Association Secretary, Maya Oishi, with regards to the Chapter 19 rules.
We will now be looking at our Chapter 19 rules. Please remember that although we are distance learning, the rules and consequences of Chapter 19 still apply when in the virtual learning environment. This means that if students are caught with committing any of these offenses, they will be penalized. Although virtual learning is a challenge, please try your best to adhere to the Chapter 19 rules. Now, we will check out a video on Chapter 19 for when we go back face to face. Let's watch.
Did anyone else struggle with the math homework last night?
No, it was so easy. What are you talking about?
That math homework was a piece of cake. Did you guys see the fight that just happened?
What fight?
It just happened. I mean, my action figure could fight better, but it was still some action.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't you remember Chapter 19, school discipline? Do you know what could happen if you got into a fight? It's a Class A offense, the most severe. You do not want that going on your permanent record. And we do not want to go encouraged by watching. Angel.
Yeah, Angel. Speaking of, what are some other Class A offenses?
If you look in the handbook, Class A offenses are fighting, harassment, bullying, cyberbullying, terroristic threatening, and the possession of firearms or illicit drugs, just to name a few.
What about Class B, C, and D offenses?
There are more?
You're so dumb, Kaylee.
Angel. Class B offenses include discrimination, gambling, theft, and trespassing. We want to set an example for each other, so everyone practice kindness.
Kindness? That...
Hey, watch your language. That's a Class C offense.
Kindness?
No, silly, abusive language, along with cutting class, insubordination, leaving campus without consent, and any form of smoking.
What about Class D offenses? Isn't that the use of contraband items and breaking the school rules? How did you know?
Probably because she has committed a Class D offense.
I would never.
Yes, Raven, those are Class D offenses. Now that you know, help us keep Hilo High a kind and safe place to be. Take these things very seriously. Don't encourage them to others either. Chapter 19 is very serious and can affect the future of your high school career, awards, and even your chances of getting into college.
Yeah, Angel.
Yeah, Angel.
Yeah, Angel.
So if any of you see your other classmates doing something they're not supposed to, or if you're being bullied or harassed by someone, including teachers and staff, you can anonymously report these things to our school administrators using the tip line on our Hilo High School mobile app.
And Angel, next time, instead of running towards a fight, you and our friend should just walk away, okay?
Yes, got it. Thanks, Maya and Chanel.
Thank you for the insights, Maya. It's important to understand that although we may not be meeting face-to-face in class, school standards and expectations still apply. Next, we have the Student Association Treasurer, Kaylee Yamada, and Corresponding Secretary, Raven Domingo, to discuss a few FAQs, or frequently asked questions. Take it away, Kaylee and Raven.
Hi, my name is Kaylee, and there have been a few questions that have been frequently asked by parents and students that we would like to clear up before continuing.
The first one is, how will attendance be taken?
Attendance will be taken by each teacher during the designated period. In order for your attendance to count, you need to have your camera on with your face showing. The next one is, do you think it's good to join clubs and extracurricular activities?
Yes, I think that you all should join at least one club or extracurricular activities. These will allow you to get social with people from aside from your grades, especially now to get some human interaction. Find and enjoy your passions and get yourself involved. What about stars? Do we have them every Friday?
Not all Fridays. Stars are only on even Fridays after period 2. To see if a week's Friday is an even or odd, you can check the school website and there should be a list of every Friday showing if it's an even or odd day. But wait, since we aren't in school, how are we supposed to earn hero points?
There are going to be many hero point opportunities coming soon. For example, Spirit Week is coming up. Although it will be virtual, as long as you participate, you can earn lots of points. Let's say I lose connection or Wi-Fi at my house, what can I do?
That's a good question. If you're experiencing connection issues, Hilo High now has a learning hub. The learning hub is in the cafeteria where students can come to school and join their classes there, while staying in COVID guidelines, of course. Or you can always contact tech support here at Hilo High.
I wish I had bad connection so then I could go to school and see my friends.
I'm sure you all have more questions, so please feel free to ask them in the chat to be answered later in this presentation.
We hope those FAQs help you have a better understanding of Hilo High School. However, if you have any more questions or concerns, feel free to ask in the comments section. Keep in mind that I'm moderated by our tech crew. Next, we move on to extracurricular activities. First, we have Hilo High School's athletic director, Mr. Caio Jamundo, to talk about matters concerning sports. Take it away, Mr. Jamundo.
Thank you, Angel, and welcome Viking students and families. Give me a second, I'll just share my screen. Okay, like I said, welcome. I'm Coach Caio Jamundo, and I am very excited to be the new athletic director here at Hilo High School. I know we're in some difficult times right now, but one day soon, hopefully, when we're back to normal, I do look forward to meeting you all in person through school and through your extracurricular and athletic endeavors. What I hope to do for you guys tonight is just provide an update with what's going on with athletics specifically, and then just to provide some information for you all. Some of the updates with what's going on right now with COVID-19 and athletics. First and foremost, our league, the Big Island Interscholastic Federation, and the rest of the leagues around the state, they're all proposing separate schedules to the HHSAA, at which point in the near future, they'll vote on possible schedules that we'll hopefully be able to announce soon that we'll be planning to follow. But again, everything will be dictated by the COVID situation. Due to our COVID situation, the state will just basically continue to monitor the numbers, and the state will decide the safest path forward for our student athletes and for us in athletics. Athletics will ultimately follow the lead of our school system. At the end of the day, you're all students before athletes. So basically, if we remain in 100% distance learning, unfortunately, it's not very likely that we'll be getting back to competitive athletics. So, again, we just kind of got to do our part to try and get the numbers down so we can get back to at least a hybrid model of schooling and get you guys back on campus. With that being said, during this downtime, I'd like to encourage, each and every one of you out there, if you're not actively in a club, or if you don't actively participate in extracurriculars or athletics, I encourage you to take this time now before we get the green light to go again to think about, what interests you and what you might want to do. Like Ms. Faria said, it's great to come to school and be a great student, but your entire high school years can be so much more if you decide to, just come out of your bubble and get to meet other people. There's a lot of positives that can come out of extracurricular activities, physically, mentally, and especially socially. The camaraderie and the school spirit and pride that you gain through extracurriculars and athletics can be very valuable to you. So during this downtime, think of things that you might want to get involved with. Reach out to your friends to try and figure out something that you might want to do to keep yourself busy once we get back to school. And also right now, there's a lot of things, we're being told that we cannot do a lot of things in our lives right now. There's a lot of things that we can't really control. We couldn't control the fact that COVID-19 made it here. We do have some control over, now that it's here, we all can do our part to try and be responsible, wash our hands, make sure that we keep our gatherings to a minimum, social distance, and most importantly, wear our masks when we're around others. But there's things that just in life that are not under our control. And that is not necessarily the things that we and I would want you to focus on. Focus on the things that you have control over. And I'll just go over a few things that I feel that for you folks as student athletes, what you guys actually have control over. Some of the controllables that you guys have right now. First and foremost, attendance. Like I said before, you're a student athlete, you're a student first. So make sure you're logging on into your classes daily and try your hardest to be on time. Secondly, attitude. Being physically present in class is half the battle, and it's very important, but being engaged in what's actively being taught and being actively engaged in the class is also very important, and it'll go a long way with your teachers. And then lastly, for me, is effort. Take care of your tasks and try to get it done on time. This is a hard time for everybody. You might need help with, figuring out how you log on to class. You might need help with an assignment. If you need help, make sure that you guys reach out. Your teachers are there and they're willing to help you out. But you got to make the effort and reach out for that help. So just focus on those things that you have absolute control over. Another thing we do have control over is staying physically fit, staying active. And it's not just for athletics, it's not just for you to prepare for athletics. It's right now, these are stressful times. Stay active just for your own physical and mental health. Additionally, of course, if you're a student athlete, it won't hurt you for you to stay active. Try to get in contact with your coach. See if your coach has some type of regimen that he or she wants you to follow. And if you guys need help from me to get in contact with your coach, feel free to reach out to me. You can find my contact information on the school website. And while you're staying active, most importantly, do it in a safe manner. Right now, the most important thing is your health and the health of your family members. So if you're out in public, um, exercising and whatnot, just remember to try and be responsible and exercise in a safe manner. Um, and lastly, for me, just stay positive, um, set high standards for yourself, and continue working hard. Like I said, we're in tough times, and it's a lot easier said than done to stay positive. But just wake up every day focusing on the things that you can control, and just go throughout your day one step at a time. I do look forward to getting to meet you guys in school and getting to meet you guys through you guys' athletic endeavors. So hopefully I can get to meet you guys sometime soon. In the meantime, go Vikes. Aloha.
Thank you, Mr. Drumondo. Up next, we have the ninth grade class advisor, Mr. Nick Yamamoto, to make a few announcements and say a few words.
Aloha Viking families and a big warm welcome to our class of 2024. My name is Mr. Yamamoto and I have the honor and privilege to work with the ninth grade class as their class advisor. Last Friday during STARS, our ninth grade students successfully participated in their class officer, mascot, and color elections. If you haven't already heard, here are the results of the election. Our president for the class of 2024 is Ms. Kavehi Augustine, Vice President, Ms. Emily Lavarias, Secretary, Ms. Akane Todd, and Treasurer, Ms. Celeste Bowman. The mascot and class color is the black and blue phoenix. A student from the freshman class explained why they chose a phoenix to represent their class. He says, I chose the phoenix as our class mascot because it embodies the struggles we are dealing with now and our hope for a better future. Phoenixes rise from the ashes to be reborn as a stronger, smarter, and more resilient creature, but in our case, as individuals. We will be the generation to help pick up these pieces of our broken world and transform it into a better place for future generations. Freshman year is full of new beginnings and new challenges. Your council and I will make sure to work through these challenges and do our best to create a memorable freshman year. Should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. My information is on the school website. And I hope you all have the rest of your great evening, and I look forward to working with you all. Mahalo.
Thank you, Mr. Yamamoto. Next, we have Hilo High School Student Activities Coordinator, Mrs. Charlene Masuhara, to talk about the different ways to stay engaged, especially during these times.
I cannot hear him. How do I know when I start? Hi, Vikings. Although we are faced with so many challenges during the beginning of your school year, we have been able to see a great measure of successes. First of all, during our drive-through free collection, which we usually have in person on campus, and beginning of school packet and planner pickups, we're able to see so many of you and received almost 1,000 of your forms back, which is the quickest and highest return we've had in years. We are also able to provide so many students with technology and have had great attendance in our classes. And the Student Association officers have also been spending many hours preparing videos, social media posts, and morning announcements to ensure that we're able to share information with all of you. We also want to encourage all of you to make a Viking connection by participating in one of our many, many activities. As Coach Drumondo indicated that although we may not have sports right now, we all need to prepare by keeping ourselves in shape. And with many essay and class office council activities, we hope you will decide what you want to do and what maybe you'll join us. And as Kaylee indicated, joining a club or organization will help all of you to make new friends and develop new social relationships, as well as doing virtual activities together. So we want to welcome you to our Viking family, and we hope you have a wonderful and successful school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Masuhara. We encourage everyone to get involved. We understand that we currently live in uncertain times. but service and cooperation within our community and school are still needed. Once again, we have the Student Association President, Kami Oyama, to talk about Hilo High's spirit and traditions.
Hilo High School is of much spirit and many traditions. We love to put on fun events and activities which the students can participate in, such as pep rallies, unique dress-up days, and even big school assemblies called lots. One of the events coming up at our school is Spirit Week, which will be held from September 28th to October 2nd. Due to COVID-19, this year's Spirit Week is extremely important in order to get the students' spirits up and keep our school spirit strong. We want to pull off another successful Spirit Week at our school, making it just as great as the years before, or even better. This year's Spirit Week consists of different days created by the SA executives and the leadership team. Students will get to dress up in an outfit and participate in a fun activity each day of the week. Monday will be Viking Strong Together Monday, and students will dress up wearing 20 outfits with a friend. Tuesday will be Tackling Corona Tuesday, and students will dress up wearing white attire with a mask. Wednesday will be Class Colors and T-shirt Day. Traditionally, we have a tug of war between the different classes on Class Colors Day, but this year the competition will be held through a game of Kahoot, which will test the students on Hilo High trivia. Thursday will be Throwback Thursday, where students will dress like elementary students. The activity will be having the students send in young photos of themselves for other students to guess who they are. Finally, Friday will be Loyalty and Honor Forever Friday, and students will dress up wearing blue and gold or any Hilo High School attire. The activity will be having the students make a video of why Hilo High is so special to them. Every day, students will have the opportunity to earn hero points from dressing up and participating in the activities. Speaking of hero points are points awarded to students who exhibit good character, follow school rules, and participate in school activities. For example, students can earn hero points by attending school every day with no tardies or absences. Students can also earn hero points by participating in our school events, such as Spirit Week. With their hero points, students can trade them in for prizes from our hero store, such as various hygiene products, snacks, school supplies, and special gifts like a hydro flask. Due to COVID-19, we are now opening the hero store online on our Hilo High School website for students to access at home. Students will be able to trade in their hero points online and reserve the prizes they want to. Then once a month, students will be able to come to school to pick up their prizes. We hope the hero points and fun school activities will motivate students to participate and show their school spirit. To show you a little bit about our school spirit and our traditions, we have a video we would like you to watch. Keep in mind that at the time of recording, some of the SA officers were portraying freshmen. Let's watch.
Wow, things are so different now. Remember when we used to have rallies and lots?
Yeah, we had so much fun. We don't even know how we'll have rallies this year. Hi, Maya and Chanel. Cool photos. I really was looking forward to the spirit rallies.
Yeah, it's really sad that this year won't be the same.
What happens at the rallies?
Rallies are an opportunity for students to get together, participate in activities, and just have fun. Although some are for clubs to promote themselves and their purpose, or even have school-wide awareness for certain causes.
And dressing up with friends, playing games, and even racing to the finish line are really good ideas for activities, especially during Spirit Week.
Oh yes, Spirit Week. Spirit Week is a special event held annually to promote school unity, school pride, and of course, spirit.
We hope to host larger events such as homecoming, welcome back to school events, May Day, and so much more, all in our Hilo High School gymnasium. If we do, we call these events lots, also known as learning option time.
Yes, and there's a lot of games like tug of war, relays, and many more that promote school unity. Think of a lot like a rally, but bigger and twice the fun.
Did you say homecoming? Yay, vibing with the besties at HOCO. Tug of war and relays? Totally cool.
This is why class council is so awesome. Each class during our homecoming lots come up with dances to build excitement.
Dancing? Well, my class is in luck because I happen to have experience in the arts. Okay, but when do we actually have real fun like swimming? I heard this place has a pool. Annually, we hold a farewell ceremony for our graduating class as a way to say their goodbyes and symbolize their leap into adulthood. They jump into the pool. But what if we don't want to get our hair wet?
Don't worry, the underclassmen only switch from one side of the bleachers to the other to symbolize them moving up into a new grade level.
Only the seniors get to jump into the pool? What if I want to vibe with my besties while swimming? How exclusive.
Well, annually, we celebrate Class Week, in which we dedicate 1 week of a month and assign each grade level a day where they can celebrate with their graduating class.
Each class is free to do whatever they want, such as dress-up days, a rally, or anything promoting class unity and participation. A pool party? Absolutely fabulous!
Yep, your class council just has to make sure they reserve the place. Everyone wants it. In Hilo High School, one of our guiding principles is this.
Grass?
No, silly, it's the kupu-kupu fern. In times of great calamity, the kupu-kupu is one of the first things to grow, even after harsh conditions.
The kupu-kupu fern symbolizes resilience, which is not only an important attribute for us as a school, but also as human beings.
We learned so much about our school today.
It really is amazing to consider that there have been over 100 graduating classes.
So many people in our community attend Hilo High School, and they're doing great things in society.
We should too. Let's take full advantage of being a student here.
Strive for excellence.
Get good grades.
Participate.
Have spirit.
And most importantly, have great Viking pride.
Go Vikes!
Thank you, Cami. Traditions shape Hilo High School, and school spirit is what influences us to succeed. Next, we have Hilo High School's PCNC, Mr. Oli Uhano, to talk all things technology.
Aloha Vikings! Welcome to Hilo High. My name is Oli Uhano. I'm your PCNC. I'm a 1974 proud graduate of Hilo High School and came out of retirement 2 years ago to serve at this school. We have an awesome technology department. And many of you had issues when school started. And so a technical help desk was set up. And so if you have any questions, feel free to call this number. The technology Kukua desk is 808-313-5627 and is open on all school days. Some of the services will include helping you to reset your Viking password. Perhaps you have Chromebook troubleshooting requests and much more. The technology department will be more than happy to help you there. Do you need a computer? Well, again, contact our Kukua desk at 808-313-5627 and they will schedule an appointment with you. Now, the Kukua desk has a knowledge base where they will be willing and filled with tutorials. The link for the technology help desk is at kukua.hilohigh.org. Now, besides being the PCNC, I'm also your Infinite Campus Portal Manager. So students who need access to Infinite Campus, where you can check on your class schedule, your attendance, and grades, and if students or parents need access to Infinite Campus, you can contact me at 808-313-5658. Or better yet, fill out a support ticket at helpdesk.hilohigh.org. You know, friends, once a Viking, always a Viking. Mahalo.
Thank you for sharing those important information, Mr. Ohano. And thank you for joining us on the Inside Scoops Hilo High School edition. We hope you learned a few things about Hilo High School and how we do business. Keep on the lookout for more Hilo High Inside Scoops in the future. Once again, thank you and take care.
Hi. Play the outro, please. No, yeah. Anyways, before we play the outro, as our technology people try to play the video, I just want to spotlight that our Kakula desk was opened on August 17th to the 20th, and we received over 300 calls. So if you need any help from our technology support staff, we're here for you. And now, thank you very much, Enjo. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a great evening.
Hi, my name is Jody Ortiz, president of KBike TV. Thank you for watching KBIKS. For more information, visit us online at Hilo Nora app. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Hilo High School. Thanks for watching.